Thanks for joining me again as we are working through our start towards any goals that we might have set for ourselves, our start to becoming the best version of the person we really feel God has intended us to be. So today we are on the R. I want you to get out your notes and I want you to write this down. I want you to write down renewed thoughts. We have to renew our mind constantly in order to make forward progress. We have to have renewed thoughts in order to really become the person that we are trying to become, the person that we really feel that God has intended us to become. So how do we renew our thoughts? What does this mean? Well, to start, it means we need to focus less on the world and what the world might tell us, distractions around us, and on God's truth. So here's the verse I have for you today. Maybe you want to jot this verse down, and if I can, I'm going to read it to you. Psalm 1:1-3. Okay? Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. That person is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers. So we're going to focus on God's word and on God's truth. What you need to do is you really have to think about what you think about, because not all your thoughts are true. You have to really think about each thought that comes into your mind and the effect it has on your emotions and your behaviors, because at the end of the day, all of your emotions come from thoughts. All of your emotions, anger, depression, sadness, helplessness, hopelessness, it comes from a thought that just preceded it. So you have to really take careful attention to your thoughts. What is this thought? Is it beneficial? Is it helpful? How does it make me feel? Do I want to keep it? Because if it's not beneficial, if it's not true, if it's not building you up, you don't have to believe every thought that comes into your mind. What's going to happen? Satan's going to be outside throwing little darts at your mind, little thoughts that he's trying to get into your mind for you to keep, little thoughts that are going to pull you down, that are going to keep you from becoming the best person that God has intended you to become. Okay, so what are these thoughts for you? I guarantee you, Satan has darts he's throwing at your mind constantly, and his darts for you might be different than the ones he's throwing at me. Okay, he has thoughts that he knows which thoughts are going to be the ones that will pull you down in an instant. He knows which thoughts are going to be the ones that will affect your emotions very quickly. But you have to become aware of what these thoughts are for you. So here's what I want you to do in today's activity. I want you to think about what are some recurring thoughts that often instantly pull you down. This might be, I hate my body. I'm disgusted with myself. I always mess up. I never get better. And I'm sure right off the bat, you're starting to think like, oh yeah, sometimes this is the kind of thought that comes into my mind. This is the kind of thought. I want you to really think about what are the darts that Satan throws at your mind time and time again that are holding you back, that instantly pull you down rather than build you up. And I want you to write down 1 to 3 thoughts that you need to start letting go of. As soon as they enter your mind, you need to acknowledge the fact that this thought is not true. It is not beneficial. It's affecting my emotions negatively, and I don't need to keep it. And in fact, I'm going to replace it with God's truth. I can do all things through God who strengthens me. How about we replace it with that thought? So for our R, we are on renewed thoughts. You are not going to make forward momentum. You're not going to make forward progress unless you continuously renew your mind, renew your thoughts, and really have true awareness of what thoughts are going through your mind and deciding not to keep the ones that are not coming from God. So that's today. I look forward to wrapping this series up with you tomorrow. Thanks for joining.